Alright, so I've installed the rental mod. We are going to be beat harvesting to this guy. We're going to rent. Boop. Price per hour. I'm going to say we're going to rent for 5 hours. Should be enough, right? You think? And, you know, we'll try 3 hours. I'll do 4 to be safe. Because it takes several hours to harvest all these beets, but I think it'll go. Overdraft fee per hour. Yeah, let's just go 3 hours. We'll go 3 hours. No, 2 hours. So cheap. And then it says we can overdraft rent. Okay, so your rented vehicle is at the dealer ready for collection. So I don't know where we return it though, unless I go maybe into the garage again. We go into garage. And then, we can return the vehicle here. Okay, so it is 11:33. We need to have the vehicle back at 1:33. Oh, it tells you right there. Oh, that's so cool. This is much better than the original. So, got 1 hour and 59 minutes. We will be buying this tractor at some point, but this gives us a chance to rent it for each harvest without having to pay the full price yet. And this is a modern option in a modern world. So we can do all kinds of stuff. If we get like a silage harvest, we can rent it, and then, oh, I like this. Smart way to do it. Bring our little lights going to let people know that we're big harvester traveling down the road. Much better. We should theoretically be able to just hire a worker and then pull up next to him when it's full. And not have to go through all the rigmarole of trying to... Or we can even run alongside this guy, hopefully. I know one of these two harvesters has a problem, though. I think it's the potato harvester that has an issue where it won't unload either. It's the same thing, but it might be this guy. But at least this guy can get, you know, several rows of crop before you have to stop and unload them. So that's going to save us a lot of time. I think we can get this done in 2 to 3 hours. If I go an hour over, so what? I lose $200 on top of the rental fee. They charge you a percentage fee increase. But a lot of farms, you know, that is how they do it. They do rent equipment or hire somebody to come and do the harvesting if they can't afford the harvester themselves. So, we just happen to be in the position where we need to do that for our farm also, because we just can't afford it yet. Okay, we need to unload it or unfold it. I haven't used this one a lot. I don't do sweet beets or sugar beets or potatoes a lot in the game, but this is much nicer to be able to hire somebody to do it. So let's just get this guy working. There he goes. The old rental mod would only allow you to rent for 24 hours. So it actually, this is a much nicer one because I'm gonna pull one trailer at a time. It makes it easier to maneuver. And I even might just switch over to, yeah, we'll do this. The old one you could only rent for a day. You couldn't do hourly rentals. So you'd have to rent it for a 24-hour period. And that's like $30,000 to rent it. So this one allows you to actually break it into rental periods. So that's pretty cool. And actually, we're just going to let this guy go for a little while because he's not even close to being full. So we can let him fill up in capacity and do his job. All right, guys. So we'll come back in a little bit. We'll see how we're doing. But I don't think there's anything exciting that's going to happen until we go to unload this guy. So we'll just hang out and let him fill up. I will be back. I wonder if I could rent a second one. I probably can, right? Let's do it. Speed this process up, my friends. Yeah, I can. Look at that. 2 hours. Rent. Okay. And if I go to Control Shift I, We're going to dump, let's see, vehicle selection, this guy. Nope, that's not what I wanted. We're going to reset the, yeah, this should work just like any other vehicle, right? So let's get this guy unfolded and get him out in the field, man. So it's going to cost me some money, a couple $1,000s, but in the long run, I'm going to make it way back. Make it back. I mean, look how much this other guy's done already since we started. So we can have this field done pretty quick, and we'll get the other field and then the big field. So we can get this all done in 2 hours. No problem. And even if we go over, it's only additional $3,000 or $4,000. So, but I think with 2 of these guys at work, it's going to go fast. Maybe. So we'll get that guy rolling. Sweet. Sweet beats. Alright, so then we're going to get into the Kirovitz and unload this guy. He's starting to get full. He's still only like 60% full, but I want to stay on top of it so there's no stopping. You keep rolling. You roll. No stopping. Sweet. Screw up. Oh, it's still doing okay. I don't know if this will probably fill up all the way. I don't have to do it again right away. So he's not going to empty out all the way. Cool, so we'll keep moving. Flinging his patushki at me. So this guy is full. And we'll hit him again as he comes around. Tell you what, this tractor is not very good at lining up with those harvesters. It's too wiggly. But for these big trailers, the Ursus is not going to be enough. It can, but it's not good for it, really. These trailers are kind of large for the Ursus size tractor. So here's how you do it when you're by yourself. Download the rental mod. And I don't know. You can put in the comments whether you think it's cheating or not, but I feel like in real life, that's what a lot of farmers do. I know in the States for sure that a lot of farmers don't own their own harvesters. They co-op with somebody that does, and they work out a deal where they work together, and they'll pay for part of the harvester, or they'll rent the guy to come down. They pay him annually to come out and harvest the fields for them. They drive their tractors with the grain trailer, and then the harvester does their fields, and the harvester goes next door and does the neighbor's fields, and they all get together and pay, But they rent it, they don't own the harvester. And that's, I think, becoming more and more a common practice is, the price of harvesters goes through the roof. In fact, there's probably companies, I'm positive there's companies out there, I know in Europe for sure, that's what they do. They specialize in rental equipment for farmers. So they, definitely for beet harvesters, definitely for potato harvesters. There's a lot of videos online by Tractor Spotter, and they, highlight companies that do this. So they rent out their equipment. Guys, they go to the farm, they help them. They'll take out like 3 sweet beet or sugar beet harvesters or 3 potato harvesters, and that's all they do. They just own those harvesters, and they, farmers hire them to come out and harvest their fields for them. So this is not unheard of practice. I don't know if it really goes on in Eastern Europe, but I would imagine it probably goes on all over Europe, whether it's Eastern or wherever, because who can afford a $500,000 harvester? Only the very biggest farms can afford it. So if you're a smaller farmer, but you need to have, a harvest done, and you can't afford your own harvester, this is a way to do it, and a lot of farmers do use it. So some of you might feel that it's cheating, but I feel like it's realistic, actually. It's pretty dang true to what goes on in the real world. So look at this, we're already almost done with this field. We'll have these guys returned to the shop within our 2 hours for sure. Well, maybe not. That other field down there is really big, but already we've gotten almost, we'll get 3 trailer loads of sweet beets or more off this field, and that's huge. That's, it's 15, think about that. Yeah, it's about $15,000 worth of sugar beets off this field. We need to see what our total harvest is when we go to sell. We will not sell any of them until we're done with the complete harvest, and then we'll start tallying how much it yields for us. Pretty cool stuff. So now things are moving fast. But yeah, we're going to keep that rental mod. That's going to be one of the mods that I'm going to have for download on my website when you guys do it. We'll have all the mods that you need to get onto the server. And as I add mods, I'll add them to the site, and we'll put a note up on the site saying, hey, for this week's session, you'll need to have this additional mod. I will host them on my site. I know we're not really supposed to do that, but what else am I supposed to do? People need to have access to what we're doing, so we'll keep it so it's not like everybody can go there, but people that are doing the mods or doing the game will have a password to get in or something, so we'll see. Details. Alright, so I'm going to go, these trailers are full. I'm going to go unload these trailers into the barn. I keep thinking I have to go around to the front to unload them because I'm used to loading wheat there and my other map, but nope. We just dump them right here. We have a crash of harvesters out on the field, so hang on, we'll start dumping that and we'll take care of this. Zealousness to get to the sweet beet harvest. I'm not paying you guys to sit on the field with colliding harvesters. Come on now. You need to do me right. I love the turning radius of this thing. It's great. Whip it around. Whip it. Alright, so we'll get this guy over on the other field. They're not very full. Oops. Hey, what are you doing here, buddy? Come on. Fail me again. So we need to get this thing harvesting. No stopping. 1 hour and 51 minutes. So it took about 7 minutes to harvest that field. No, not really. 20 minutes. But that was with the first harvester by itself for quite some time. So now that we have the second harvester added in, we're going to get this thing moving. This guy's going to need to be unloaded first because he's definitely fuller up. And they said there are rental fees. If you dump it in the water, there's a fee. If you, the rental mod charges you a fee if you don't refill the fuel. They also charge you a fee if the unit is dirty. So when we're done running it, we need to clean it or clean them before we return them. And I think we just press that return button. We don't have to go back up to the shop, so they'll come pick them up. But look how cool those things are. They roam like dinosaurs. So we'll just keep doing this until we can afford one. And even then we may rent a second one until we can afford two. Empty this guy out. Is he empty? Yep, there he is. Oh, come on. I'll have to fire that driver. Hopefully he won't be messed up. I think he'll be alright. Yeah, he's fine. And we're going to unload this guy, and we're going to take a break for a little while and let these guys eat this field up, because they're going to eat it fast, so. We may rent a forage harvester next. The grass attachment. And do some foraging. We'll see what they cost. Because we're going to sell all these potatoes, and then we'll maybe start getting some silage going for tomorrow. Alright, get out of the way. Peel off, come on. No pun intended. Alright, so we're going to let these guys work, and I will catch up with you in a couple minutes. Alright, it's time to unload. Let them run for a little while. Unload these bad boys here. Unfortunately, I'm getting pretty full. Now, some of these harvesters, it's funny, if you unload them, they won't turn until they're done unloading, but these guys, they just bust right around. Bust you in the mouth. But he won't, even if he stops, he just cracks into you. There he goes. He's gonna just smash me. Maybe not. Nope, there he goes. He's unloading. Okay, good. Nope, there he goes. Oh, jerk. Try to pull out of there. Get stuck in the bushes. Oh no. Okay, good, I got out. Jerk. Well, I'm gonna go dump these off because I'm getting full. It's hard to unload that back trailer. But these guys, they're not even, like that other guy's been running for a while, he's not even halfway full, so not the problem. Oh. In real life, you probably wouldn't run your crop over to dump it. Watch the trailer get lifted up off the ground. Oh, excuse me, belch. Those guys are going to have a little cornfield out there again. Time to go rescue them. Did they make it? No, they made it. Hey! They passed each other. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab, once he's done with that row, we're going to grab, let's see, this guy, because he's almost halfway full. He's not even halfway full yet. Oh, wait, no, he is. He's got an hour and 32 minutes left. We're going to get him unloaded and get him out in that last field. So he's going to unload here. Oh, come on. Get over. Oop. Ding. Cool. Yeah, this went really fast. So once again, like 7 minutes on this field really is what it took to get that finished. Where are you going, Rue? So we'll run this guy over the our last field. And fairly quickly, we're going to have this whole thing harvested. So this was a great idea. These really increased our productivity. They cost a couple $1,000s to rent, but I think in the long run, it's really been worth it already. Because in less than 2 hours, or maybe by the time we're done 2 hours, we've got the whole crop harvested. and we can go on and do other things for the day. Like I said, I think we'll be selling that crop off, and then we'll be looking at possibly purchasing. We're renting a forage harvester to get our forage started, and then we'll have to rent a front loader tomorrow. All these rentals. We'll get a front loader to load the ouch, forage. I hurt my finger. That hurt. Okay, so just gonna flip. And we'll get him started. There he goes. Take a look at this guy here. He's also going to need to be unloaded. Yeah, so we're doing good. We got about 4 full of these big trailer loads off these 2 fields, and that's something to be happy about. Sweet. So let's run this guy over and get him started on that field also. Yeah, I really like these Maxtron harvesters. They're, I tried the Europa, and it is huge. I mean, and I think when we get the Homer in the game, that also will be just ginormous. But at the same time, these are sufficient. Though I think the Homer's actually less expensive, if I'm not mistaken. I know the Euro Tiger is, I think, 250 or 300,000. So I don't know if that's a real world pricing. Like, and these guys really are that much more expensive, but I think it'll be nice when they come out with that DLC because, honestly, they gave us 1 of each. So it'd be nice to have some additional stuff to pick from, that we're not just stuck with the 2 that are in game. So get this guy out in the field and working, and I would imagine they'll eat this field up in less than an hour. Maybe even less than half an hour, we'll see. But I think I'm going to have to keep priming this guy, because I think down at this corner of the field he probably will stop. The workers get lost on this corner for some reason. In this corner. But maybe not. Maybe if I start him down here he won't. Might be when you come from the other side that they get lost. Let's go ahead. How's he doing? Yeah, 23% to go on. So let's get the Kirovitz rolling. Shortly here, we're going to have to back each trailer in to dump it. So from this point forward, because it's a little further away, we're going to get busy. What I mean is this, because I can't really pull into the side anymore, so we'll dump off that back trailer, and we'll put this in here and load that up. And pull out. So I wonder, aside from the RK or PK4 or whatever it is, that horrible looking mod, what the Russian sugar beet and potato harvesters look like. If they use the same stuff we do, or if they have their own brands. I would imagine that like Rostlamash has their own brand. Oops. Missed. Okay. Connect those up. Get them out there. These guys are going to need unloading. They're probably waiting already. Nope, they're still moving. If this guy's still moving, the other guy is. Faux show. Is that the last one, Ryan? The last Titan? Second to last Colossi. Well, he's pretty big. I like his little... Is he actually hurting him with those bows and arrows?
Not at all. It does damage, but they're barely easy.
Yeah, he was only like 50% full, so... Oops. Pretty cool stuff, though. It's been a while since I've used these harvesters. Now, on our farm we had them, but I never used them. The people, I bought them, I planted the potatoes, but then everybody else did the harvesting, so I haven't really seen these operate for quite some time. And it's a neat thing. Let's go see how the other guy's doing. So our sugar beets are coming in like rain. Maybe before we're done, we'll get a great demand. Wouldn't that be great? I'd love that. Please? Alright, so I got a question for all of you guys. And I'll probably do another video, too, where I make it a little more clear. But Skyrim, yes or no? I know it's an old game. I played it on Mark's account, but I never really got super far because then, you know, I forgot the password, and it's like, you gotta always check if he's on, and I gotta log out. So it went on sale on Black Friday, which is today, and it went on sale yesterday, but they had it for $9 for Skyrim and all the DLCs. So I bought it, and I'm thinking, man, it's an old game. I don't know if people would be interested in seeing me play it on YouTube. But also at the same time, it's still a great, great game, and there's a lot of funny things in it, and it's also quite an amazing story. So I don't know, yes or no, Skyrim. Let me know what you guys think, and like I said, I'll probably do a more of a major poll. But if I find interest here, and you guys are like, yeah, you should do Skyrim. Maybe I'll start doing that, because I want to start playing that game once my season is over. Right now I'm just sticking with the farm and World of Tanks, but once the season's over and I can start playing some more games more often, hopefully, I will start adding some in, and that's going to be one of them. So I want to see if you guys are interested in actually seeing me play it, or if you care, or if everyone's tired of Skyrim. I don't know if you remember, but early on, I compared this game to Skyrim with tractors, and I still stick to that. This game is very much like Skyrim because you can kind of do your own thing. You can, but you have things that you have to do. Some of them are repetitive. There's grow some potatoes, let go of the potatoes, grow some sugar beets. But whatever path you decide to take, it's the one that you kind of go down, and it's hard to switch to a different one when you're done. It's very similar in some ways. And it's open world, so you can kind of just do whatever. So anyway, let me know what you guys think, if we should range across the countryside of Skyrim, or if nobody's interested, then I just won't do it. But I'm going to make a bigger video if you guys are interested. And I'll ask my whole community, what do you guys think? And I'm sure they'll tell me, well, if you promise to do more World of Tanks... The weird thing is, my World of Warships videos actually do pretty good. Whoa. I'm pouring myself a bowl of cereal. Can you hear it? But nobody ever asked me to do World of Warships videos. They're not like, hey, do some more World of Warships. Are you going to do more World of Warships? So I guess nobody likes it. World of Warships is interesting. It doesn't make a real good series because it's kind of, you know, the battles are like really long. I mean, they're 15 minutes like World of Tanks, but a large portion of the battle is just waiting. And then all of a sudden it turns into like craziness, and then it goes back to like nothing again. So it doesn't make for good video content. So anyway. All right, guys, I am going to eat a bowl of cereal here while I wait for these guys to fill up some more. And then I will come back and we'll pick up as we get closer to being done, and we'll see how much money we made today. I have devoured my bowl of cereal. As I was devouring, this harvester became very full. So we are going to run down and rescue it. Though, one problem is that I don't have a ton of capacity with these trailers, so... Well, I mean like 60,000 or 70,000, but these... The sugar beets are so dense, as you can see, that fills up really quickly. So hopefully we'll be able to take some of the burden off this guy, but we're not probably going to be able to empty him 100%. Okay, so let's get him offloaded. Oh, see, and I'm 60% full, so my front trailer is full. It's so hard to get these trailers to straighten up under this guy. He's just gonna go. Here he goes. This should be enough to keep him running for a little while, though. No, sit down. He's staying, isn't he? Oh, I've got him up off the ground. He can't go. That'll do it. He's going anyway now. Alright, so that guy's done. That guy's going to be getting full soon, you know it. $64,000. So that's like zoinks. That's more than the truck can hold. The red truck trailer. I mean, I could see purchasing a pair of these, and having 4 trailers to pull, and then using the Tatra with 400 and some odd horsepower. Oh, and by the way, there's a bug with the Tatra. For those of you guys that haven't seen it, you can use it as a tractor. Even though it doesn't have a power takeoff, the power takeoff implements work. Now, I wouldn't recommend it if you're looking for, you know, prototypical operations, but it's still pretty funny. I think it was either Jade Storm. I think it was Summer. But it might have been Jade Storm. One of the two of them was like, hey, try the Tatra and see if it'll... They're like, I'm using it right now, and I think I saw somebody using it as a tractor. And sure enough, I tried it out, and I'm like, yep. It works. It's not exactly prototypical, but it does work. Alright, so we're going to cut loose that back trailer. And dump our tater trailer. I know, I keep... Sugar beets. It's a sugar beet trailer, Arthur. Sugar beets. Whoops. I guess I wasn't in the empty zone. MT. Alright, we're going to back this around. I'm going to back this up. Yes, that was my beard I was scratching. It's gross. I shaved it off, though. I think I said this already in one of my other videos. I shaved it off, and my kids were like, ew, what's the matter with your face? Like, oh. I shaved it off, and they're like, you look weird. It's like, okay, I guess I'll grow it back then. I don't really love having it. I had a goatee for a year. That's why they're not used to seeing me without it, but I don't always have tea. I just sometimes grow it. More towards the winter, because I don't feel like shaving and I don't have to be anywhere there. I have to be like super presentable. But this past year I was like, yeah, I'm just going to keep it. And I like it. You know, I think my wife likes it. Because when I did it, she was like, ew, you look weird. Like, that's what the kids said. Thanks, honey. She's like, well, you do.